What is going on, everybody? Zyonik here, and in today's video we're going to be talking with the world's first battler to reach rank 10, and that is HouseStark93. HouseStark, welcome to the video, man. How you doing?
Doing well. I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Doing okay, man. First to rank 10. Honestly, I'm not surprised. Just like with talking to MJ Shafiq from preseason about being kind of like the highest rating, I am not surprised at all that you were the first to rank 10. If you guys weren't aware of the Soph Arena, HouseStark is one of the best players in the world from the Soph Arena. For all the Soph Arena battlers out there, you guys know this name. It is a household name in the Soph Arena. So HouseStark, let's talk about the team. You ran this team the whole run, right? From game 1 to rank 10.
All the way, every single game.
Oh man.
Yeah, I ran Toxic Croak,
Yeah.
Registeel, and Azumarill, and that was my core, and I stuck with it, and it paid off in the beginning, so I just kept running with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it worked out pretty well.
That's good. So let's talk about the movesets. So let's go through each moveset on the Pokemon and why you decided to run with Toxicroak on the lead.
Sure. So with Toxicroak, I ran Counter as the fast move, and then the two charge moves were Mud Bomb and Sludge Bomb.
Okay, yeah. Pretty standard right there. No dynamic punch.
Yeah, no dynamic punch. I really wanted Sludge Bomb to be able to hit things like Azumarill.
Okay.
Which was yeah. And for Azumarill, I actually ran Bubble, Ice Beam, and Hydro Pump. Okay. So no Play Rough.
No Play Rough, yeah.
And then with Registeel, I ran Lock On, Flash Cannon, and Focus Blast, which is the standard moveset.
Yeah, absolutely. So why did you decide to run with Toxicroak on the lead instead of going like Registeel lead or Azumarill lead?
Good question. So I really like the team composition because Toxicroak lead beats all of the steel types that I saw. It also is able to put pressure on things like Umbreon, a ton of things that are weak to counter, because counter is just such a fast damaging move and high energy gain as well.
Yeah.
So and the way the team works is that there's two options to be able to deal with Toxicroak counters, which are flying types, mostly like Altaria, things like that, as well as things like confusion users. Like Azumarill just is so good against it, even though it doesn't resist confusion. It's able to at least put back a good fight, and Registeel does that as well.
That is awesome. Yeah, because I'm sure you ran into a lot of Altarias, Hypnos, things like that. Were there any other Pokemon that gave this team trouble? Like, was there like, if someone's seeing this team going, okay, I don't have that, but I know this team's going to be run quite a bit. What should I counter it with? What was some of those Pokemon that were the toughest to deal with?
I think the hardest one was Haunter.
Oh, okay.
Because it resists counter, it resists like lock on. So I really had to deal with it by using Azumarill.
Yeah.
And if they switch out, it's kind of like, okay, I really have to get shields down as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Another thing is like Swampert or Whiscash, like any of the Mud Boys, were kind of an issue. And then Air/Tropius was another one. Especially in the lead, would have been really, really tough to deal with.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, because then you can't, you have to come in with the Azumarill hoping maybe they stay in, and then your Toxicroak can do something later, Registeel later? Or would you just opt to go straight into the Registeel from that?
So it depends on the Pokemon that comes in. So like their lead, if it was Altaria, I usually went into Registeel.
Okay.
Because it was more of a neutral matchup.
Yeah.
Rather than just straight into Azumarill, and then they immediately switch out into a counter like a grass type or their own Azumarill.
Yeah.
Because Registeel could deal with those two threats a little bit better, and if I didn't go into Azumarill straight away, they wouldn't know if I had one or not.
Yeah.
Which was kind of nice to know on my side.
Yeah.
With things like Hypno, I just went into Azumarill because I knew it was like a neutral matchup, but they might stay in, or they might have like Thunder Punch and think that they're kind of safe.
Yeah.
But yeah, with Haunter was the hardest one.
Yeah.
You had to go straight into Azumarill and try to get shield down as soon as possible.
Yeah, Haunter's been. I mean, Haunter has been a nightmare, I know, for a lot of players, and it's been a blessing for me. I ran Haunter probably got about 200 rating out of Haunter from like the low 2000s up to like rank 9. I ran Haunter a lot paired with Azumarill and Registeel, and it just shredded so much, especially like I played it to emphasize that I have to use shields on the Haunter. That's where I would get the most wins, and not shielding on Azumarill, not shielding on Registeel if I could, and then just let Haunter just tear through. But it's, it's tough because then you run into an Umbreon, or you run into, I don't know, like Vigoroth or something, and then I had a really tough time as well right there.
Yeah. Yeah, and Vigoroth is really tough to deal with because you have to switch out. And once you switch out of Vigoroth, all of a sudden Vigoroth has a ton of energy.
Yeah.
Which was that's why I kind of like Toxicroak, because it could deal with Vigoroth a little bit better.
Yeah, for sure.
But it does have its weaknesses as well.
Yeah. So I think another good point with Toxicroak as well, you running the Sludge Bomb, I've noticed that really helps out against the Altaria matchup instead of having Mud Bomb Dynamic Punch. So I think that's just from.
It also really helps.
With what? Sorry?
Go ahead. It also really helps with other grass types.
Yeah.
Like Meganium I saw a lot of.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
As well as it helps win the... it beats Razor Leaf Tropius, which is kind of insane.
Oh, that's actually pretty cool. Well, I mean, I guess you have somewhat of a slight resistance with the poison typing on him, but still Razor Leaf shreds.
It does.
Yeah.
It still puts you like pretty low. You
Yeah.
think you have to shield a Leaf Blade or else you're done.
Yeah. Oh man, that's cool. Are you still running this team right now at rank 10, or have you changed it up?
I have changed it up a little bit just because running the same trio can get a little bland after a while, and then people also know what you're running, and they know what to expect.
Yeah.
So it's kind of it's a blessing and a curse, because I really do like this team a lot, and I think I am going to pick it up again.
Mm-hmm.
But as for right now, I am running something different.
Okay. And is the fact that, so we have the Voyager Cup, is the fact that these three can be accessibly used, was that going to determine if you bring them to the team? I mean, I don't want to give away your hand because obviously Regionals is a very big tournament, but you can have Azumarill, Registeel, and Toxicroak on a team of 6.
You can, and that's true. I think in blind battles, this team's a little bit more effective.
Okay.
But I do think that they do have some merit. There aren't a ton of Gen 4 Pokemon, which is where Toxicroak lies.
Yeah.
That I like better than Toxicroak.
Yeah.
So I might end up using it. And then, Azumarill Registeel is a very solid core.
Absolutely.
In any meta, anytime, anywhere.
Yeah.
But I do know that Haunter is one of the most, or one of the best off-meta picks in this cup.
Oh, absolutely.
So I do think that, if I do run those 3, I will have to be able to run something like an Umbreon or any dark type that can really deal with... I guess I couldn't run Umbreon with those core.
No,
because it's in the same... as Azumarill.
Yeah, I know. That's because looking at it, I built a couple different teams. The first one was a Azumarill Registeel core with protection around it, whether it's lead or safe switch or what have you, and it's done really well for me. But I really want Umbreon, but you can't. You either get Azumarill or Umbreon. You get one choice.
Right.
Yeah.
It's tough. It is. I do like the meta though. That meta, the restrictions are very good.
Oh, it's so
and I think it's going to make for a bunch of really fun teams.
Oh, absolutely. So I guess we didn't actually talk about this. What was the record that you had to get to rank 10? What was your win-loss?
I think I posted this on Twitter. It was 128 wins and 27 losses.
Oh wow. That is a huge amount of wins. That's what, 70-80% win rate roughly? I don't know.
Something like that.
Something like that. That's still really good. I definitely don't have 128 wins yet. I'm getting there. Actually, no, I may be close, but I'm not near rank 10. I'm in the 2600s, but that's all right.
Okay,
Okay.
so I think a lot of people start in different places,
Yeah.
which is, it's unfortunate, because we don't know kind of like the exact numbers and math and science behind why people start at a certain spot.
Yeah.
But you know, the only thing I could control at that point, or anything that we can control, is how many wins and how many losses, despite the lag of everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's what I was looking at. I wasn't really looking at the rank as much as how many wins am I getting, how many losses am I getting, how is this team doing,
Yeah.
and how can I improve myself.
Gotcha. Oh, that's awesome. And I guess the final question that everyone's probably wondering is, how's Pikachu Libre? Have you tried it out yet?
um, so I'm not sure if you can get more than one, because I've only gotten one, and I think that might be the case for everyone.
Yeah.
And mine has like 10 attack, so I haven't powered it up yet, but I
Yeah.
think I will at some point,
Yeah.
because I do have the Stardust now to invest into it. And if there's enough, you know, if people, I guess if people like this video, then I will make it happen.
Oh, did you guys hear that? How many likes do you want to put out as a challenge?
I don't know. How about you decide, and then
We'll
I'll
go.
check back on the video.
We'll go 1,000 likes by the weekend for Pikachu Libre for how Star to invest all his dust into a 10 attack. Because I'm guessing the stats are the same as a normal Pikachu, right? So that means you need 100%, or you don't need
Yep.
100%, but you want 100%. Okay. And
Exactly.
then
Yep.
on top of that, we'll see some battles with it. I'm guessing you'll record some battles, and we'll see how
That's
it
for
does.
sure. 100%.
Oh my goodness, that would be awesome. Okay, so 1,000 likes for House Stark to invest dust into a Pikachu Libre for the channel if you guys want to see that in action. That is so awesome.
It should be fun. I do like the type coverages that it offers, because Flying Press is just such a really good move.
Yeah,
It can hit a ton of steel types for super effective, and also things like Umbreon, like things it gives Pikachu like some kind of type coverages that you would never be able to expect.
yeah. Outside of it's probably I haven't seen the stats on it yet, but I'm guessing it's a lot better than Brick Break from Raichu.
Yes, for sure. It's 40 energy for 90 damage, which is what Hydro
Ooh,
Cannon uses.
okay. Oh wow, and then you're running what, Thunder Shock and then Thunder Punch?
Probably. I haven't really looked at Pikachu's moveset.
Yeah, I think it has Thunder Shock, and then I think, yeah, it probably has Thunder Punch as well. I'm just guessing. I actually haven't looked either, but I'm guessing it has that. So, all right, well, awesome. Thank you so much for doing this interview, and just huge congratulations to being the world first ranked 10 in season one. That is a huge accomplishment, man.
Thank you, and I really appreciate you having me on the channel. This
Yeah,
is this is very
absolutely,
nice.
absolutely. Well, that's gonna wrap it up for us today, guys. So, like always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.